Good morning, everyone. This is David with Monofit Training Systems, and today's 5-minute fundamentals is going to be on some kettlebell work, primarily kettlebell swings, two-handed and one-handed. Now, before we start, one of the things would be, or a good question might be, why kettlebell swings over other movements? And one of the keys and one of the main benefits of kettlebell work is going to be the dynamic movement that's required. So for example, when you jump, when you're sprinting, when you are punching or rotating your hips with speed, and it could be something like golf, where you're rotating your hips to swing that club, or it could be tennis. It could also be any of the combat sports where you're rotating your hips with power, or you're rotating hips to create power. There's a ton of benefits from squatting. Nobody would ever dispute that. But you also need to be in the practice of moving your hips with dynamic force, with explosiveness. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a couple of ways that you could do kettlebell swings. Okay, so the first thing is the grip. Grip is real important with the kettlebell swing. And make sure that your hands are right next to each other there for this two-handed grip. Some people will grip here like this. As long as it's safe, as long as there's no risk of anybody getting hurt, that's fine. Now, feet, hopefully I'm in frame here. Feet should be shoulder width apart, and you should be almost able to squat from that position that you're in. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and begin this swing. One of the main things that you want to do is kind of begin that swing, and what I like to do is rock my hips backwards and then forwards, and it'll get the kettlebell a little bit of space away from my body, and then I'll start my swing. Okay. So some of the things that we're thinking about here is when we are descending, that we are pushing our butt back, and our hips are gonna, as they go backwards, our upper torso is gonna tip forward. Okay, now while that's happening, even though we have load here, we don't want to let the kettlebell kind of have its way with us and just kind of escape from us. What we want to do is think about keeping our shoulder blades back and kind of squeeze together so that we maintain our form. We also want to make sure that our heels and our toes are completely connected to the bottom of our shoe or to the floor. A lot of people do this movement barefoot. I would highly recommend giving that a try every now and then, because it really changes the way your body receives that load, the way your body moves that energy. So give it a shot. Make sure that you're especially safe with big heavy pieces of metal in your feet, okay? So that would be a two-handed kettlebell swing. Another way you can do it is a one-handed swing. Very much the same. The difference is that you're not really feeling or you may, but most of the time you're not gonna really feel that flex on the other side of your body where the kettlebell isn't being held. And that's the really good benefit of doing a single kettlebell swing, is that your body's starting to work a little bit harder because it has to still balance out the load. So I'll demonstrate that. Okay, so that about covers it. When you're doing a kettlebell swing, there's a couple other little things. You're gonna wanna keep your stomach tight, keep your belly button drawn in so that you keep your back straight. And it's a good habit to get into. One of the things you could do to warm up for this would be to squat, do some air squats. And by doing the air squat, you can keep your body lined up and in good form so that your body kind of has a good reference point for how to keep your posture while you swing. I hope you like that. Go ahead and subscribe to our page here if you like what you see. And we're also can be found on Instagram under MonoFit1, that's at MonoFit and the number 1, or MonoFit Training Systems. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.